Welcome back, guys.
Hello, hello.
My name is Jeffrey.
My name is Michael.
And I'm Chris.
Today we're doing Michael and Jeffrey's Conversation Corner, where we ourselves and talk about our feelings. Today we are covering things we wish we knew in our 20s. We are all 30, right, guys?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
We're all old.
We're all wiser and
Wise men, the three wise men.
yeah. So let's get on into it. Who wants to start? I think the youngest should start.
Oh, is that me, the 30 boy?
Yeah. You just turned 30.
Oh,
Just turned 30. Oh, yeah.
turned 30 in May. Yeah, they. Okay. Well, we'll start off with the deep one. I will say the biggest thing I wish I knew when I was in my 20s was to make sure you're with someone who makes you happy. I had a long relationship with someone who drove me miserable, and I basically thought, okay, it's life, it's a relationship. I can basically go through this even though I'm not that happy. This is what life is like. Life is shit, deal with it.
Just go in the corner.
Yeah, go in the corner. Yeah.
So, I mean, what kind of, I guess, what drove you to like stick around? What was the, hey, I'm gonna stick around, even though it's
so thinking about it now, it was not that big of a deal, but we lived together, and that was the driving factor of, oh man, we're gonna have to split shit up. She's gonna take the extra couch, and little petty shit that was like, okay, it's not that bad. I'm not like I looking back at this, it was bad, but when you're in it, it doesn't seem that bad. It's just like, this is life. So it was such minor shit that just kept me in it that it shouldn't have. There were clear signs that basically, without going into much detail, I was unhappy. She was also unhappy, but we kept it together because we were together for so long. That was basically it. It was time, which makes no sense when you're talking about it now.
I married my wife when we were 20. So I had it was like a different thing. Like it's like learning how to I don't know, like compromise without but compromising for like someone else because you love them, you know?
Mm.
And a big thing now now I know. And like we've been married for 10 years, and I mean, it's not forever. We still got a whole lot of time, but just like that compromise is probably one thing that I wish I could just be like, just do it. Just fucking do it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like little thing, like you said, like little thing.
Yep.
Just do it.
And I will say that was the biggest sign for me looking back now, was I was the only one who compromised. So the person I was with would never compromise for anything. Doesn't matter what it was.
Yeah,
So,
but everybody finds their one in a different way. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I found mine younger. You'll find yours. So
I'll say I'm in a very happy relationship now that I love. So yeah.
we're good.
we'll play this podcast 5 years later. Let's see.
Oh damn! No.
Just kidding.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Well, I let me to tag on to Chris's thing. I had a similar kind of deal, but I always made excuses like, oh, she has a mental illness or something like that. Like, oh, I should tailor to that. But in the end, like I would have like just ended it, I probably would have been happy earlier. So I think in reality, you should probably, especially in relationships, if you're not happy, then just get out, kind of thing. So gotta look out for number one. That's you.
And, and it saves everybody a whole lot of time.
Yeah. And this is not just relationships in general. It's yourself. Make sure you're happy. If something you're doing doesn't make you happy, like there's certain things, jobs. I know everyone's job doesn't make them happy, but if you're having joy in your life, then I feel like you're going down the right path. If you don't, if you come home everything's miserable, then you need to make a change. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. Do something that you love, or
Mhm.
that you like, that you're interested in, even if it's on the side. Like this podcast, like this isn't like my main thing, but it's something that I really enjoy doing, and I'm glad Jeffrey wanted to do this with me, and I love talking to people like us, like our friends and stuff like that. And it's something that I really love. It's nice.
Right.
I don't know why I enjoy it so much, but I do.
Yeah, I think a driving factor that kind of stops people from ending relationships or starting a podcast, they're afraid. Guys,
Mhm.
you gotta take a leap of faith sometimes, because you'll never know.
Yeah, and I've been talking about doing a podcast, or I've been like saying out loud for like the last like 2 years. Like, I think I should probably do a podcast.
I'll start podcasts.
I'm gonna start a podcast. And like I kept saying that out loud, and then like it wasn't happening, or I wasn't doing it. Not that it wasn't happening, it's just I wasn't doing it. And there's a lot of work that goes into a fucking podcast that I didn't realize.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like it's fun. I don't mind the editing, and I don't mind, like I like fighting different topics, and talking about them, stuff like that. So
And you're learning. The amount of stuff that you guys, I've heard that you guys just learned from starting this. That you're getting knowledge. Don't be afraid to fail. It's the cheesy line that I feel like everyone says, but like hell, I installed a dishwasher in my house a couple weeks ago. I was scared to death of doing that, but fucking looked it up on YouTube. Went, okay, I think I could do this. Get minimal tools and just go and do it. If you fail, then okay, I get to call a plumber. It still sucks, but it's still the same thing that I would have had to happen anyways.
yeah, I think that's one of like the biggest advices I would give to myself, because I was always a perfectionist when it came to everything that I tried doing in my professional career. Like I just wanted to be like just the best at, you know what I mean? Like just like little things. But when I didn't want to try anything new or like veer off, because I was scared that I was gonna fail, and that people would look at me like bad that I failed or whatever. But like now it's like, yeah, I'm just do the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
like we've had bad podcasts,
Oh,
we've
yeah.
had good. You know what I mean? Like we've already Jeffrey and I have already failed in the podcast game. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, like we're learning. Like we learned you got to get better equipment. Like you have to. You know what I mean? Like to sound decent. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like
Great.
so we went and got it, and we sound a little better. Or like doing like little things, like actually coming up with subjects, or like maybe bringing something out around the same time. We're still new. We're only 25 episodes in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So like just I told Jeffrey too, we just have to get reps in, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Build that muscle.
Yeah.
Build that podcast muscle.
Freaking right here.
I'll beg you.
Right on my forehead.
But in your journey of not failing, I'm gonna segue into one of mine. Don't be afraid to ask for help. I think in my 20's, even my friends that are younger, they want to do stuff on their own. They think like asking for help, kind of like what Michael mentioned, like their failures, or they want to be independent. But We live on Earth. There's plenty of people out there. You got family, friends. You have a support system. You should use them. And the ones that really care for you, love for you, they're gonna help you. So
Yeah. Yeah, like I always wanted to do stuff on my own because I did it. I did it. But that's only going to get you so far. Like you need other people around you. You need people to do it with you. Like it'll come by. It'll come by like faster and better if everybody just works together.
yeah.
That is actually the reason why I have my career of what I do right now is because I reached out to a friend who was already in an industry that was very interesting to me, and he got me in. It's use your resources. Don't be afraid to ask for help. It's a huge deal to have those in certain places and take advantage of them because it's. I will honestly say the world is not fair and it is favoritism. So use your favoritism in to benefit you.
Yep. Yeah, especially like just when I was younger, I always wanted to like do stuff on my own, and I always say maybe like half a year, like trying, like going through school, like just going through school. Like I didn't, for me, like I didn't live on campus. I just go to school, kind of like, all right, I go to school, whatever. Grades were that great in college, but once you start asking for help with the other classmates, hey man, they're nice. They don't care. They'll help you out. So even it's good just to ask for strangers, ask for directions. Back when we didn't have GPS, what would you do? You go ask the guy at the gas station for help.
Mm-hmm.
So uh,
I've never had that thing. Sorry, I never had that thing where people like guys don't like asking for directions. Bro, I ask for directions all the time.
Uh,
I don't know where I'm going. Like, excuse me, am I going the right way? No. All right, sick. What's the right? All right, sick. Thanks.
I remember in my I was younger than 20, but when I was first learning to drive, I was stubborn about asking directions, shit like that, and it was the time where you didn't have GPS on your phone always and shit like that. So then you were printing out MapQuest and shit like that. And I remember I had a freaking Thomas guide in my car. That I would get out, pull it out of the back seat, and go, okay, I'm in San Diego here, and I need to go. Fuck, where? Yeah.
My first Warp Tour, it was in here in San Diego. We had to use. It was back in 2010. We had to use MapQuest for directions up coming up here, and we missed an exit, and so we're like,
Shit.
like, we're trying to figure out where it is, where to go, whatever, blah blah. We get to the venue, and one of the people that I wanted to listen to at that show was Attack Attack. And it's Attack Attack. They're gonna come out like towards the end, of course. You know what I mean? We get there, they're the first act on,
Mm-hmm.
and we can hear their like music in the background. We're like, fuck.
Dude.
but
And that was
Yeah.
what 12 years ago, dude.
Then you missed that opportunity. Attack Attack doesn't play anymore. I loved Attack Attack. You can't hear them play anymore.
Yeah.
It's that's going to swing around for another subject to me that is actually a big regret I have. So I am a pretty big hard rock metal band fan guy. The biggest one of the biggest artists that got me into rock and roll and metal and everything that was AC/DC. And AC/DC started a tour on the Black Ice tour, which album's not that great, but still AC/DC was coming to town. And they were, I remember, $200 a ticket. And I was like, $200 a ticket is a lot of money. Looking back now that I'm 30, $200. I should have paid $200 to go see fucking AC/DC. One of my favorite bands in the world, and I missed that opportunity. And I won't see AC/DC live in my life. because of that. I missed my opportunity.
Didn't they come out with another song?
I don't think they've come out with another album since Black Ice. I could be wrong, but
He? Oh, he's up there.
He's asleep. The stiff upper lip, isn't that
no, that's an older album.
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, I'm pulling it up right now.
But I love concerts.
Mm-hmm.
I love going to fucking concerts. I'll pay. Like,
Well, would you have
fucking-
paid that back then in your 20s?
Dude, $200 was not bad. $200. Thinking back then, yeah, 200. I was working at 24-hour Fitness and GameStop. $200 was a good chunk of my paycheck. But I had the money in savings. I would have loved it. It would have been an experience that I would have still cherished today.
no, back then that was when I was just like, yeah. I wouldn't have been able to. Like we didn't start going to concerts after until like the kids were maybe like 3.
Mm-hmm.
3.
Black Ice was 2008.
That's your last one.
No, you were right. They came out with Rock or Bust in 2014, but they didn't come to San Diego for that tour.
Oh,
So, you know.
sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I wish somebody told me how long things are gonna be. Like actual like
Life.
stuff. Like if you devote yourself to a day of like doing stuff, like how long that actually is gonna be and how tired that actually gets you. You know?
Yeah.
Like but I need to exercise too though. That's the other thing.
I wish I knew in my 20s, take a little bit better care of your body. I worked out in my 20s and stuff like that, and I feel like I'm in good shape. But gosh, I worked with Jeffrey at GameStop. Jeffrey can tell you, I think I drank 4 or 5 Mountain Dews every shift.
I love
I am shocked I don't have a kidney stone. Like ridiculous amount of Mountain Dew I drank.
Bro, I ended up in the hospital because I was drinking too many amps. Did you ever drink the amps?
I drink amps to this day. Amp Energy is my energy drink that I drink.
I love that. That's my favorite tasting energy drink.
Yeah.
I was drinking too many and I got fucked up.
Like your heart?
Nah, it came like it was like on my right side.
Mm-hmm.
Like
So your kidney?
maybe like they were like I was telling them like it was painful, and they kept on doing tests and nothing was coming up until finally like I started talking. I think somebody said that he drinks like so many energy drinks and stuff or whatever, blah blah blah. And then the doctor was kind of like, okay. And, like, and it ended up like, well, because leading up to it, I was drinking like 2 energy drinks like a day,
Oh, yeah.
like 2 amps like a day. Like,
And energy drinks aren't good for you, boys and girls. No,
and
it's
it didn't work. I was just drinking like soda like all the time. You know what I mean? Like bad shit. So like
Monsters, Mountain Dew, Coke.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, take more care of myself. Like I just started working out. I worked out a little bit today. You know what I'm saying? Again,
Pickleball is a workout.
I love a boxing workout.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like to get.
Got myself a little reflex bag. It's cheap.
Nice.
It's not
Mhm.
very flexible, you know, or like fast with the reflex. But I got myself a medicine ball, and I'm gonna start working, man.
There you go.
Nice.
You know?
How did that situation resolve? Did the pain just eventually go away, or
Yeah, they gave me morphine.
did you go into surgery or anything, or no?
No, they did a endoscopy.
Okay. Through your nose?
through my mouth.
Oh, through your mouth. Okay.
Yeah. That shit was intense.
I
mean,
wonder if you
but like the pressure and shit.
did they pull anything out of your body or no?
No.
Okay.
They just pretty much said like, yeah, it's probably like that, and it should go away. I was
Probably had a kidney stone, dude.
for like 3-4 days.
I bet you had a kidney stone. Damn.
I don't know. I was at the hospital. The bunch of doctors didn't tell me anything about no kidney stones. But that's what I was like. Oh, okay, probably. You know, it's a trip. When my wife was pregnant,
Mhm.
the first time I got the morning sickness.
What the hell?
Oh, the sympathy.
Yeah,
Sympathy.
that's like I remember I was waking up and like throwing up and like pooping like crazy. Like I would poop it first and then I would like vomit, but there was like nothing left. So it was like nothing.
Not even.
You know what I mean? Like, oh my god. And like it was happening every morning. And it would stop at like 11. Like
Huh.
11, 12 o'clock, like it would just stop. And so like I would go to the doctor for it. I went to the hospital, like, and I go to the hospital, and then they're like, oh, whatever, blah blah. And I was talking about my pregnant girlfriend, and they go, oh, you have a pregnant girlfriend? I was like, yeah. And then he goes, huh? I think yeah, like sympathy, empathy feelings. I was like, what? Yeah, like the symptoms. I think that's what it is. Like,
That's
shit,
weird.
I'm paying all this money on these tests. Shit.
To have morning sickness, son of a bitch.
This morning sickness? Like, what the hell? That shit, props to all women out there that go through that shit. That shit is intense, bro. That shit. Like, and it's crazy that that happens.
Only the first time.
It happened, yeah.
It's like,
It happened the first time. The second time, Patty got it.
same time you're like, screw that. I don't feel sympathy anymore.
I know. It was the first one.
You did your time.
I did my time.
You know what I did? Every morning I would put my alarm at 7, and if I smoked a bowl in the morning before 8, then I wouldn't. I stopped getting the feelings. Like I just
Okay.
like I tested it out. Like I did. Because I was doing everything. I was trying everything. I had a 12-pack of 7-Up under my bed. I was doing lemon. I was like I was trying everything. And then in the morning one day I was just like, I'm gonna smoke a bowl because like it usually like made my stomach feel better if I like had like a stomach ache or something, you know. So I did that and then it just went away. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I tried the next day without doing it and like I was fucked up. And I did the next day without doing it and I was fucked up. And then the next day I did it again and it worked. And so I just kept on doing it.
Need some ginger ale and Pedialyte.
That shit was crazy.
All right. Did you write a book about that? You got the science? Put it on Wikipedia about how to
Shit.
cure morning
Hey, I'm
sickness?
how to cure
Morning sickness for men.
for men. Oh yeah, because I'm pregnant. No, I can't. It's
Yeah.
bull. But yeah, that shit was crazy.
All right, I have something. You guys kind of touched upon it. So when I was younger, I always planned for the future. So yeah, I only cared about saving money, buy a house, all that good stuff. So my suggestion is to balance your life to the now and the future. Do both. Don't just do one. So yeah, I was more worried about the future. Lost the relationship because of that. Yeah, I feel like I missed out on a lot of things in college. Like I didn't go out and I didn't make any friends in college. I just stuck to my roommates for the most part. there's probably a lot of experiences that I just missed out. So I don't know if that's the same for you guys. So
That was definitely the same for me. I was a penny saver. I'm still a penny saver, but I have learned to go and enjoy my life and go. There's times where it's okay to spend money to go out and do something fun. It's it's definitely something that I have corrected and learned. I not the tough way because I don't have any regrets on it. I just know that I missed probably good opportunities.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think everybody has like those things.
Mhm.
But if those things didn't happen, then we wouldn't be where we're at today.
Yep.
And that's something I learned also was that you need to stop worrying about like what happened before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, like in my 20s, I was all about like, oh, well, I can't do this because I already tried this. Or, well, I already tried that. So, you know, it wouldn't be smart to do this or blah. I'd always make excuses,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And now it's just like, no, just go fucking do it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know? Like, go get it.
Yeah. That is something that leads sort of into one of my things too, but it's yeah, being a sort of leads back to it being afraid to not do something. But one of the biggest things for me that I took me a long time to learn, like I wish I really knew this when I was 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Um, when you are applying for jobs, guys, if on the listing it says something you're not qualified for, who gives a shit? Apply. I look over resumes for people at my job. I don't give a shit if we have qualifications, but I still look at your resume if you apply. Just apply. Don't miss an opportunity because you go, oh, I need 3 years of experience. I only have 2. Fuck that shit. Apply. I missed out on a lot of opportunities because of that.
Yeah, I mean, the worst they're gonna say is no,
Yeah.
but since you didn't apply, you have 0% chance of getting the job. So
Yeah. And ask, like, if you're at a job, like, ask questions.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Like, ask questions. Ask to go up. Ask to, you know, if you really want, like, it all comes down to if you really want something, you need to go get it. And, you know, you always heard when we were younger, like, oh, you can do anything you want, you
Mhm.
know, but nobody ever told you you can do it, but you got to do the fucking work. You know what I mean? Like, you can do whatever you want. You can be whoever you want, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you can, but you have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
Yeah, put in the work.
You got to put in the work. You can get lucky. I've gotten real lucky in my life. Like,
Have I?
whoo, Jeffrey was there one of the days, you know? And, like, so it takes a little bit of luck, but you have to be patient.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be patient and you have to let it come, but you have to do it. You have to go do it. Go do it.
What's that Wayne Gretzky saying? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Take your shot.
Yeah.
Shoot your shot.
Shoot your
Mhm.
shot. I've Instagram messaged The Rock.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you want to be on the show? I think I've Instagram messaged like Joe Rogan. Hey, like little like you want to be on the show? Like
Little podcast.
like you know what I mean? Like I'm doing that kind of shit. Like yeah, it might not lead to anything right now or anything, but like fuck it. You know?
Leads to a great conversation if this ever goes off. So like, hey, Mr. Johnson, 20 years ago, I Instagrammed you to be on this podcast. You never responded to me.
And like if you message somebody, if they reply, that's also like a oh shit.
Yeah.
You know? Oh well, you didn't have to, you know. So it's just like the different guests like we've had or we have, like I just ask.
Yeah.
Reached out.
Just, you know what I mean? Like just do it. You know? But if we don't do it, none of it's gonna happen.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
But
You can apply to anything. To meeting people,
mhm.
meeting a girl.
Mhm.
Don't shoot your shot. She's not gonna notice you. At least, at least you'll get noticed and you'll be on her radar. But she's
Yes.
either gonna say stay away or okay. I can
Yeah.
I can mess with that.
And if it was just stay away, then you got a billion other girls out there.
Move on.
But thank you guys for going fingering yourself with us
Mhm.
in our conversation corner where we
Finger
can
ourselves in the corner.
finger ourselves in the corner. It was fun. I had a good time.
Yeah.
I had a nice, you know.
Thanks for the invitation for your first selves in the corner. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Conversation corner. Thank you to Chris for helping us out. My name is Michael,
I'm Jeffrey.
And I'm Chris.
and we love to pickle. Thank you guys.